I'm Charlene Hunt, and I'm the District Liaison for Homeless Services for the Folsom Cordova Unified School District, and I am privileged to be a part of Project 680. The boot that started this whole interest in providing shoes, adequate shoes for kids, is this boot right here. And Ryan, if you'd be kind enough.
There's holes in there?
There are holes in the sole of the boot. And we even kept the box that these boots came in because the box clearly shows that the student actually wore shoes 2 sizes larger than the boots that he was wearing, and that's why I believe he dug a hole in the toe to relieve the pressure on his foot. We were contacted by a principal that was concerned about a boy that was jogging in the heat for PE and was jogging in these boots, and she asked if we would go over to the shoe store and get him appropriate shoes for PE and for school. When we delivered the shoes, we found that he wore shoes 2 sizes larger than the boots he was wearing for that PE class. And I will honestly say at that point I had never been aware of a student's need for shoes. I was oblivious to it. And as time went on, and thanks to a group called Socks and Gloves, we had been given some socks and some gloves for students in need in our school district. And a young man kept coming in and asking for paper, and then he started asking for socks. And so we finally asked, well, why do you need all these socks? And again, we had never thought to check out the bottom of someone's shoe, because his shoe looked fine on top.
Yeah, it does look fine.
It looked absolutely fine. But when he lifted up his foot and he showed us his shoe, then we understood why his feet were wet, and this was in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
So, and I brought a couple of other samples. We've kept some samples over the years. The other thing is we don't check into the sides of kids' shoes, especially when the shoe on top looks fine. This shoe looks adequate, but the child walking in the rain was having rain, the water come into her shoe.
Huge problem.
And so, and then this was another one, again from the top, this just looks like a student that would have a wide foot. Mm-hmm. And the teacher was the one, and actually I think this one was a principal too, that had called us and said, can you please bring over shoes for this child? So the problem seems to become more apparent during the winter, because then, we're dealing with more of the elements. We're dealing with rain and the cold. And so those of us from our school district cannot thank Project 680 and the supporters of Project 680 enough in their efforts to help provide adequate shoes that fit a student properly, that will keep their feet warm and protected from the elements, to provide them with socks so that their shoes don't smell so bad when they're in a PE class, and that further protects their foot. Even if there's a small hole in the shoe, their sock will protect their foot until they can get adequate shoes. So we can't thank you enough. Thank you for everything that all of you do to help these kids.